What is the meaning behind glitching? I love telling people this because I remember when I was first starting rapping, which technically was 15, like when I wrote a very, very badass diss track, very bad diss track. It was, oh God, thank God I deleted that, but I still wonder where that would have been. I don't know, I probably have to go way back and find it, but I guess when I was like more 17, 18 was where I found the name Glitchin, or where I came through the name of Glitchin. Um, Before it was spelled properly, just without the G, it was Glitchchin. But, you know, thinking more along the lines of what do I want to do to kind of differentiate myself. Um, I decided to put X's in it. In a sense, it was inspired by X, and it was inspired by Scarlord too, because Scarlord, dope ass artist. I wish more people check him out too. I'm not gonna say that he's underrated. He already has his hundreds of thousands of followers and millions of views and stuff like that. But you know, as time went on, when I was 19, when I was 20, I was starting to come more into my realization of what that name means, what it entails for me, and I started becoming more understanding of the meaning towards my name. And so for me, it means to be human is to be of error. And I love that saying, not because I want people to feel as though when they see me, you're just going to see a guy who's just full of mistakes, just blink, just like that, like full of mistakes, done all this stupid ass shit, never improved, things of that nature. No, when I state glitching, when I said that my name is Glitching the Man on a Mission, it adds on to it. To be human is to be of error. That's why I'm the man on a mission, because through a lot of my errors and through a lot of the mistakes that I had in my past, and through a lot of the problems and issues that either I was in or I found myself in just off of wrong place, wrong time. A lot of the things that I went through in life, it was, definitely a lot of errors, but with errors comes a lot of improvement. It comes a lot of, understanding what I've done wrong and coming more into the realization of what I can do to not perfect myself, but to more fully flesh out where I properly want to be, how I properly want to go, what I want to do essentially for my future. And that's really what my name, entails. Um, so I just want people to know that, like, when they hear glitching, I don't want to be an idol to anybody. I don't want to be that type of celebrity figure that you have to put huge ass praise on, because one, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a human being just going through life, and I just so happen to put my music to kind of explain my perspective on it. But um when you hear glitching, I just want you guys to understand, it's like, hey, I make mistakes too. I'm not this perfect cookie cutter example of what you should or what you shouldn't do. On the contrary, I made a whole lot of bad mistakes, I met a whole lot of untrustworthy people. I met a whole lot of people who I thought had the best intentions, didn't really do that, who I thought were going to get me in a better situation, didn't do that. I just went through a lot of stuff. And, there's only one person that I could fully, truly fault, and that's me. So, due to that fact that I can fault myself, and due to the fact that I can, express, hey, I messed up, I did wrong, I'm going to improve and I'm going to get better. And that's why I want more people to just understand. And I want more people to have that same type of sense and have that same type of, like, commitment towards their own selves too. It's like you got to go through a journey of self improvement, especially if you're as young as I am, or if you're even younger, or hell, even if you're older. Like, I think that adaptation and I think that growth doesn't stop at a certain age. It doesn't stop at a certain time period. you just come more into the realization of what you really want to be and what you really want to become. And so I guess for me, I want to become the man on a mission, not just for, public perception, not just for view, but more so for me, in the sense that I have something that I want to accomplish. Do I fully understand it yet? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I just think that when I discover what that full mission is, and when I discover how I want to go about it, I think that it's then going to show itself in this light that I never thought that I would be able to see. Because yeah, life has been sad, it's been depressing, but to be fair, could be a lot worse. To be fair, a lot worse things could happen before it ever gets good. Not wishing that towards anybody. I don't wish negative things even upon my worst enemy. I just want people to have more of an understanding that there are things that you go through and there are things that you have to grow into for yourself. And you have to understand more of yourself before you could really start adapting. So for me, like nowadays, like I really don't use the word change. I don't really like that word too much. Which is ironic because I have a song called Changes, but I guess through that song you can kind of understand more of what I'm talking about. But for me, when I explain that I'm adapting, the reason why I say that is because I'm not changing who I am for anybody at all. But for the situations that I get into, for the people that I will meet in the future, for the people that I do know now, I'm just gonna keep being myself, keep doing what I do. I'm a hood nerd. I'm a geek ass nigga, but I'm from Bronx, New York. Can't take that away from me. No matter how many things you say about me, that could be cap. No matter how many things that you try and say about me to kind of tarnish my image, things of that nature, I am who I am. And I'm not going to doubt that for a second. I'm not going to let anybody else doubt that for a second. I just want to do what's best for me and what's right for me. And if I find people who want to be in that same type of headspace, welcome. If you want to adapt and if you want to grow aside from change, because again, change has a lot of benefits, some people say, but really change is just the worst way to say that you're going to be something that you aren't. That's not what I want to represent. That's not what I want my fan base to represent at all. So I want people to have more of an understanding for themselves, so that way they can adapt for whenever they have a change in environment. The environment can change around you. That's natural. Now, change isn't all negative. There's positives to it. The world always changes. Life always changes. But that doesn't mean that you have to change with life. That just means that you have to adapt with it. You have to still understand and still come into the terms of what you want and how you want to represent yourself and how you want to still be you, despite the fact that the world wants you to change, despite the fact that people want you to say something or do something different or be this person even though you're not. Can't do that. For me, I love independent artists, and I would represent myself as more of an independent artist more than any other type of person, because with individuality and with independence, you have your own representation. You can sway your own public view. And hell, to even go more into it, if I was delving more into a digital aspect, the digital world is more of a simulation. Real life, if you see it as a simulation, hey, that's you. You just let your real life change you, to be fair. And whenever I say, man, this world's a simulation, this stuff is weird. Well, no, I mainly say that as a joke. But to an extent, with all jokes, it comes a little bit of truth. But I'm not going to let any type of simulation change who I am. I'm just going to adapt to it. Because at the end of the day, if I wanted to blow up, I could. If I wanted my numbers to go through the damn roof and I'd be one of the biggest independent artists that you hear about, anybody can do it. I can do it. You can do it. If you're an artist looking at this, you can do it. I promise you. It's not unobtainable, especially if you understand the knowledge that you know. One thing that I like telling people, and it's something that I definitely need to delve into a lot more. What is the most valuable, or one of the most valuable places that you could go to expand your human mind? A library. That place is deadly. And to an extent, our phones, our laptops, our PCs, everything that we need to know is literally in our fingertips. Right here. The phone that I'm recording on can easily be the thing that makes me a lot of money. The laptop that I'm using to mount my phone on can easily be the thing that makes me money. So it's not the fact that I don't want to improve right away, or it's not the fact that I'm a procrastinator, because I had a lot of people tell me that too. You know, over the so far 3 years that I've been doing music seriously, I had a lot of people come to me and say like, yo, you're procrastinating on your craft, and yo, why you taking such a back seat? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? I'm like, first off, it's my life. I don't move on your timing. Understand that. I'm not you. I'm not all these other people. Trust me. I understand. I get it. But I go through real life. I go through real issues. I got real things that I have to deal with, and I'm not going to express too much about. But I want people to understand that I could change my whole life like this if I wanted to. Do I necessarily need you for that? No. Just being honest. No hate towards you or to anybody. That's just frank. That's just me being absolutely frank about the situation. I have the means to truthfully say I could blow up. I know I do. But if I wanted to stem my whole entire life on me blowing up, that is a path of self destruction that I'm not for.